Fireball! Alright, so look, we're about to get into another video. Now this one's gonna be a little different. In a way, I'm gonna be talking about karma. More or less, what is karma? Because you have a lot of people that don't necessarily understand, or they'll throw around the term karma, but they don't know what it is. Or something will happen to you in your life, and you're blaming all these situations and other people rather than looking at what it is you did to put yourself in the situation. So I'm just going to start with the first point being karma is you reap what you sow. Basically, if you're out there and you are, let's say you push somebody, like boom, just cause, and then later that day someone pushes you, or something, bad happens to you. That's karma. It's karma because you're literally reaping what you are sowing. You push somebody, you get pushed, or something happens to you. Something happened to you because you pushed. You reap what you sow. And it's not that is literally the entirety of karma, is you reaping what you are sowing. But I have other points that can help you. Like, that is what it is. But the next points that I'm going to go over are going to help you figure out and maneuver yourself around so you can have more good karma rather than bad karma, because everything that happens to you in your life is a result of your karma, how you're acting, how I'll go through it and you'll understand. The first point of how to maneuver yourself around karma would be to mind your own thoughts. Mind your thoughts. What is the stuff that you're thinking? Because it's not just what you are doing. Karma plays a big role in everybody's lives, and it doesn't just come from what you've done today or what you did yesterday. Your thoughts have a lot of power. Like, you literally have to think about something before you do it, or you're thinking about some person in a negative way, or you are putting somebody down in your head, or you are, I don't know, just if you are thinking about people or situations in a negative way, that will negatively impact your life with karma. Like, something will happen to you and you won't know why. I didn't do anything, so why is this happening? What were you thinking? What were you thinking about? That plays a big role as well. It's not just what it is I did. Just because today, you didn't, I don't know, you didn't push somebody, doesn't mean nothing bad is going to happen to you. If you're thinking about things or people in a negative way, or you're bashing somebody, you're going to get bashed, openly, not just in somebody's head. Like, something will happen to you because you are approaching life in such a negative way towards other people and towards situations. So that also plays a big role. Number two, watch your habits. It is like you literally reap what you sow. So watch your habits. If you're out here, scrolling through the PMO, or you're out here drinking a whole bunch, or you're out here smoking till your brain falls out, or you're out here, fornicating with people, or you're out here just not doing good things. You're not out here taking care of yourself. All that karma, all that stuff you are sowing, you will reap. People will like, people can tell the things that you do. Their vibes are real. People can catch a vibe off of you, and you put it off. Whether, it doesn't matter how you carry yourself or how you act, the things that you do behind closed doors, the things you do when no one watches, the things that go on in your life that you don't tell people, people can catch that. It doesn't matter about how you portray yourself. People can feel who's under that mask. So you have to watch your habits, because situations and outcomes can come at you from those activities, from those things. Karma will come at you. It doesn't matter, It doesn't matter if nobody sees it, just with your thoughts. It doesn't matter if nobody sees it. God saw it. The devil saw it. Karma. You're never, everything that you are doing is not going unnoticed. So you have to watch your habits. Maybe start taking better care of yourself. Maybe start doing things that are going to put you in a better mental state, so you don't have to mind your thoughts so much. If you have bad habits, that's immediately going to put you in a bad mental state, which is going to put you in a bad action state. It all ties together. You reap what you sow. You reap what you sow that way. Watch how you talk, the things you say. You could just be having fun with friends, but you are gossiping. You're talking bad about somebody, or you are. Now, it doesn't necessarily have to be directed towards people. You could be talking bad about something else. You're not spreading blessings. You're just condemning, or you're gossiping, or you're just speaking negatively. There's nothing good coming out of your mouth. You're not watching what you say. You're not biting your tongue. You're just letting it speak and speak and speak and speak and speak. There's a verse in Proverbs, and I don't know the chapter or the verse number, but it says, "A wise man watches his tongue, for much talk leads to sin," or foolishness. Basically, if you're not watching what you are saying, you will just keep talking and talking and talking until something comes out that does not sound right, that is not right. And if you're out here doing that, guess what? You will reap what you sow. You're out here talking bad about somebody behind their back. Guess what's going to happen to you? I don't make these rules. I don't make the rules. I'm just here to let you know that you got to start paying attention to what you say, to what you do, to what you think. You have to start paying attention. You're not just put here to do whatever it is you want to do. That's not how this works, man. If that's how it works, everybody would be succeeding in their life. Everybody would succeed if that was the point to life, to live however it is you want to live. Everybody would be succeeding. But that's not how it's set up. So you have to pay attention to what it is you're doing, so you can actually make it somewhere, so you can have good karma in your life, so God can literally bless you in your life. You have to start paying attention. You have to start paying attention. There's no other way around it. You can't say, "Oh, I follow Christ. Oh, I'm a Christian. I'm a good boy. I'm a good girl. Man, look at this person dressed like that, looking like that. Oh my gosh." Complete 180. Complete 180. What happened to, that phrase of treat others the way you want to be treated? Like, what happened to that? You're out here, bashing people, whether in your head or with your words, and yet you run to God and say, "Give me all these things. Bless me. I've been good." That's not how that works. You have to pay attention. 1, 2, 3. Number 4, be careful who you hang around. You literally become the people you hang around. So if you're out here trying to do better and trying to watch yourself and make sure, okay, I'm not talking bad about people, I'm not thinking bad, I'm doing pretty good. I'm on a roll right here. And you're hanging out with people that love to gossip, and you're just talking and talking, and they don't pay attention, you will start to pay attention less. It rubs off on you. So as you are trying to do better for yourself, you have to pay attention to who it is you're hanging out with, because it will just rub off on you. For me, when it comes to cursing, saying curse words, I've stopped doing that. That's something that I've paid attention to. Is like, okay, that I can definitely clean up my vocabulary here. There are definitely things that I shouldn't be saying, and as you start to do something and you see other people do it, you will see the vibe that's put off. You're not bashing people, in your thoughts, you're just seeing the vibe that gets put off with the things you used to do. So like you're looking at what you used to do from an outside perspective. You're actually getting to see what it does, how it sounds, what it looks like. Since I've stopped cursing, when I see people that curse, it's like, whoa, there's like this, like I feel this shade, if that makes any sense. It makes sense to me. I feel this weird, eerie feeling, and it's definitely not positive. So when I clean up my language, yet I'm living in a house of people that don't pay attention to what it is they say, I've noticed, I was talking about a movie earlier today, and I caught myself before saying the full word. Like I said half, and I was like, whoa, and switched it up. It rubs off, and obviously I can't just stop hanging out with my family. I mean, we're moving two separate places, so it's going to help me out a little bit with that. It's not going to rub off on me, but they don't the people you hang around who don't pay attention will rub off on you, and you will start to pay attention less. You won't be as on top of it. So whether you either need to really pay attention to who you hang around with and switch up the people, because look, man, it doesn't matter if you've been friends with these people for a long time. If you are trying to do better for yourself and they are not trying to do better for themselves, it doesn't work. It doesn't work. You will naturally just drift away. It will just happen. So it just comes down to you really wanting something for yourself and just making it happen, or just letting it slowly get more awkward and weird as it drifts away. Like, this is all up to you. This is your journey with the Lord. This is your journey for self-improvement, man. So you've got to make these decisions for yourself. But if you are trying to do better for yourself, please pay attention to who you hang around with. It's a big deal. Because if they're not paying attention to what they're doing, you're going to start paying attention to what you're doing less. So keep that in mind. Be mindful of what you watch and listen to. You could be watching movies, for me, a big thing that was plaguing my life since I was like 12 years old all the way to 18 was I was so, in awe with sexual encounters or self-pleasure, fornication. That was a big thing in my life. And when I had put that down and I stopped with that, I was like, I'm done with this. I want to actually do better for myself. All the movies that I used to like, now they're weird, man, because all the jokes and the content is just sexual innuendos and just talking about all this nasty stuff that I used to enjoy, just watching. Like, oh, it's just a funny movie, oh, haha, sex joke, that's funny. Now it's not, because that's not who I am anymore. Does that make sense? And now I don't watch movies anymore. I will watch a couple every now and then, but I really have to really, feel it out before I really dive in and start watching it. So movies, shows, a lot of them they're on a roll with what they're doing. They're not going to switch up their content to please you. So you have to switch up the things you're paying attention to, especially when you're listening to music. Music nowadays, it depends on what you listen to, but a lot of mainstream music nowadays is very sexualized. It's very degrading. It's very pointed towards lust or pointed towards a specific image, and they curse a lot in there. They just say all this mean stuff, and if you're not paying attention, you're just filling your head with that. And what I've noticed is, as I've taken breaks from music, I've noticed when I go back to certain songs, or like, let's say, okay, I haven't listened to rap in a long time, and when my brothers play rap around, like rap songs around me, it doesn't feel right, because they're cursing and they're talking about, oh, death that, death this, and it's like, whoa. Why are you guys listening to this? Why are you listening? We live in the suburbs. Why? And it feels so weird, because it's not right. It's not something that you should be listening to. And as you watch what it is you listen to, that's something you're going to notice. There's a lot of people who just don't care. They don't care. And they're in their own right to not do that. You are the one who's trying to do something better for yourself. So you have to pay attention to that. But that is something you will notice, is that a lot of songs nowadays don't care. They're going to put out what is popular, what is liked by the mass society, and as you are trying to do something different for yourself, that is something you're going to notice. There's a lot of things that people do nowadays that you aren't going to sit right with. That's fine. But you have to be careful with what you watch and what you listen to. Last point is be mindful of what you eat. How does that, play a role with karma? How does any of this stuff play a role with karma? All of this is you reap what you sow. With the watching TV, with the watch and the listening, as you watch that stuff, you're plugging it into you. So you will start to project that stuff. If you're listening to all these songs, you're going to start thinking, the way that the song is portraying. You're going to start talking the way the song is portraying. Reap what you sow. Careful who you hang around. If you're not paying attention, you're sowing stuff that you don't necessarily want to start reaping again. All this stuff plays into you reap what you sow, so you have to pay attention. All of this stuff plays off of influence. It's the influence this stuff has over you. It doesn't matter how lock vaulted you think your head is. All this stuff plays an influence over your character. Everything you get into, even watching my videos here or other people's videos on YouTube, we have an influence over you. Our influence is this video. What you watch, you are pulling from it. That is the influence it has over you. It doesn't matter if you're listening to something and you're not paying attention to what it's saying. Your subconscious is picking all of it up, and it has a powerful influence. So all this stuff plays off of influence. You have to pay attention to what and who is influencing you, especially if you're trying to do better for yourself. Be mindful of what you eat. Now, I could go into scientific studies and all that, but, I don't even pay attention to that. What I pay attention to is how this food makes me feel. That's it. Because if I'm going to feel, and I'm not going to say, you need to eat this way, you need to eat that way, you need to stop. No. Pay attention to how food and drinks make you feel. Me personally, my personal opinion, don't let my opinion be your fact, but my opinion, I'm leaning more towards a vegetarian style. I don't eat meat. I used to eat a lot of salmon, but I started to make me feel, kind of weird. I would get this weird feeling and I wasn't all here. So I stopped eating that, but I'm eating a lot more vegetarian style, and hey, it's actually helping in the gym. I'm not gonna lie. I'm actually really, really working it out in there. It's actually really cool. But because I feel so good, I feel so alive, I feel more energetic. I feel more clean, more, dare I say, pure. This is my opinion. This is how I feel. This is how I feel. I feel more light. Versus when I used to eat meat all the time, I'd feel really dense. I'd feel really heavy. I'd feel really, in my own person. Like within me, I feel dense. I didn't feel very light on my toes. Plus, I'd get really lethargic. After I'd eat, I'd be like, oh man, I'm ready for a nap. I don't feel like that anymore, dude. I was eating bowls and bowls of food last night, and it was so good. And I felt like, man, I'm ready to go play some basketball. Like I don't feel lethargic anymore. So these are just things that you got to pay attention to, because depending on how you feel, you will start to project out of that feeling. So if you're not feeling good after eating something, guess what? You might get more agitated easily. You might get more upset. You might get sad. Anything. If you're not feeling good after you eat something, you will just start playing off of that, because it's your energy. It's like you're a battery. And if you're not going to put good batteries in, you're not going to have a good output. If you're putting freaking Duracell in you, you're going to have energy. It's going to be good, but if you're putting Energizer in, it's like, well, it is good and it helps, but it's not going to be as high of a quality and it's not going to last as long. Does this make sense? So it's like, if you're not putting in things that make you feel good, you are not going to project good. You're not going to sow good things, because you don't even feel good. So you have to pay attention to what you eat. Again, not saying you have to eat this way, you have to do this, you have to stop that. Just pay attention to all these things. Pay attention. Pay attention to how it makes you feel. Pay attention to what it does for you. If things aren't doing things, if you're not getting any benefit from these things, then you should probably stop. Then you should probably switch it up. If something isn't helping you move forward, then you should probably stop that. So I'm going to go ahead and go through these points again. It's, what is karma? It is you reap what you sow. The next points are the influence points, the things that make you project your sowing. So you mind your thoughts, you watch your habits, watch how you talk, be careful with who you hang around with, be mindful of what you watch and listen to, and be mindful of what you eat. Those are the points. Remember, karma is you reap what you sow. All these other points are the things that have the strongest influence over you, like the strongest influence. So pay attention. Have a blessed day, guys. I was about to say stay woke, but that's a term that's overplayed, Just pay attention. Please pay attention. God bless.